Vanakkam, Namaskar. Now we can see Nifty and Bank Nifty next week analysis and also share market outlook summary next week. First, next week share market summary you can see it will be a range bound movement and geopolitical factor will play a major role. Already it is playing and affecting the markets and US interest rate and RBI interest rate concerns are there. Food inflation remains a concern. Key levels only about 25,200 may have done lead to some gains. We will see the chart analysis later on. And sector banking and metals are having some strength. Even public sector stocks also, while IT and consumer goods are weak here. As a retail investor, what we have to do? We have to wait for a breakout above the resistance levels. That I will provide when, how, and all that I will do. And we have to manage the risk and also stay informed. And for long-term investment, this may be a right opportunities. So this is the market outlook. Now we can see Nifty and Bank Nifty analysis for tomorrow and next week Nifty and Bank Nifty analysis. And I will be giving many levels. So first we can see Bank Nifty. It is just below my R1 and resistance level R1. This is based on the supply and demand concept where there is no indicators used, trading without any indicators. And there is a major demand zone around 51,587 and there is a one-day trend line. You can see this green line, one-day trend line support is there. So it should not, Bank Nifty must not give a breakdown below the major demand zone and trend line. It's not close below the major demand zone along with the one-day trend line, but still there is a support. S1 is there, support around 51,300. If S1 gives a breakdown, then S2 will be the next support. See, high risk investors, if there is a bounce back near the S1 along where there is a one-day supporting trend line and major supports, many supports are converging there. If there is a bounce back, then high risk investors, they can make entry there. And your stop loss will be S1. Below S1, you have to exit. Or high risk investor, they can, some investor who want to take more risk, below S2, they can keep the stop loss. And if S2 gives a breakdown, then the next support will be S3. You can note down the levels. And if you want to know more like this, more support and demand zones, you can visit my playlist where there are n number of shares, almost 150 shares and index I have given like this. And if Bank Nifty gives a breakout above R1 and with a gap up and it gives a day close above R1, then low risk investors, they can consider, but it may target immediately, gap line is there, it may go and fill the gap line, but from gap line it may go above or come down also. So there we have to be very careful. What will be the reaction at the gap line? If gap line gives a breakout above gap line, the next breakout, the next target will be around R2, resistance R2. So in supply and demand, whenever a supply zone gives a breakout above with the gap up, the next it will go and try to catch the next resistance move. So this is the up to R2 level it may go. Now we can see Bank Nifty analysis. If you see, Nifty is just at the trend line, downward trend line, it has taken support, just trying to break out above the downward trend line. So below there is a major demand zone at 24,645. If Nifty gives a breakdown below the major demand zone, it should not break, let us see, then the next target will be at S1. So high risk investors, they can make an entry if required if there is a bounce back from major demand zone. But there is a trend line resistance that you have to be careful. So S1, if S1 support, the demand zone is a breakdown, then S2 is there, S2 support is there. So if S2 is also gives a breakdown, the next target S3 is there. So if you want to know more shares like this with exact supports and resistance, we can analyze also. It will be almost correct. Supply and demand concept, 94% success rate. You can Google also. You can visit my GB Investor Zone YouTube channel. It's for free educational also. You can, if you have any doubt, you can question also. So what will be the breakout targets? If Nifty gives a breakout, this will be the major resistance supply zone at 24,972. So above which there will be a immediate resistance 25,155. That will be also a good resistance levels. But only if Nifty 50 gives a breakout above the reversal line and at least for 1 or 2 days above the reversal line, my blue line, if it crosses, then it will turn bullish. Then the next target will be if R1 gives a breakout, Nifty gives a breakout with big candle and strong volume, then next target will be R2. R2 again, it may go above and fill the gap line formed at 25,788. So this is the levels. We have to be very careful. High risk investors, low risk investors, only if there is a close above my reversal line at least for 1 or 2 days, then they may think of entry. High risk investors, once if there's a bounce back at demand zone, major demand zone, they can consider for entry. Stop loss will be below the S1. Even this S1 R2 demand and resistance zone will be useful for options buyers also. So you can keep the stop loss below. If you are a options buyer, see, if you are a PE holder, then R1, above R1, you can keep this stop loss like that. So this is the Nifty and Bank Nifty analysis for tomorrow and next week. Thank you. Subscribe without fail if you want more levels. I am not compelling you, but if you again come and refer my levels, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.